the Return of Travel Explained Summit.
Because we know how popular cruises are with you, our audience, we're now joined by TRACY Daniels from Scenic Luxury Cruises and Tours. TRACY is a business development manager working with travel advisors in Eastern Ontario, Quebec, and Eastern Canada. She's been in the travel and hospitality industry for over 20 years and loves to river cruise. So welcome, TRACY.
Thank you.
So the first question I'm going to ask you is, what is your favorite river cruise of all time?
Well, my recent one was on the Rhine River. So we sailed from Amsterdam to Basel, Switzerland, but it was a Christmas market cruise. So absolutely magical experience. A river cruise in itself is a wonderful experience, but adding that, going at that time of year for the Christmas markets cruise made it even that much more special.
That sounds so magical. My parents are huge cruisers, but they've never done a river cruise. So what is the difference between a European river cruise and the sort of conventional cruises that we're used to seeing?
The wonderful thing about river cruises is the rivers, you're sailing through the countries, as opposed to an ocean cruise where you're sailing around the countries. So the rivers in Europe, they go right through the heart of these spectacular cities, these magical, charming little towns and villages. You know, you've got the shore that you can see from the ships, but an absolutely wonderful experiencing because you're right in the heart of Europe, so close to shore.
And is there a difference with the boat itself? Like, I feel like the river cruise boats are maybe a little smaller. Is that correct?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So wonderful small ship sailing. So when you're sailing with Scenic, our ships have a maximum of 163 guests on board. So really small ship, but our spaceships on board Scenic River Cruises, lots of space there for you to relax and enjoy. Of course, the sun deck on top is the best place to be because you get those 360-degree views of that great scenery throughout Europe.
At first I thought you said spaceship, and I was like, wow, you guys are really changing your travel here.
Space meaning lots of size.
I understand that now. And the smaller guest number is something that's probably very attractive right now because of the COVID world or the pandemic world that we're living in. So why choose a Scenic luxury cruise? Like what? Sell me on it. I mean, I'm already sold, but sell me.
Well, with Scenic, it's a truly incredible experience. When you sail with Scenic, it's in a class of its own. From our meticulously handcrafted designed itineraries, the impeccable service, we are truly all-inclusive when you travel with Scenic. So with Scenic, the difference is in the details. From the incredible choice of excursions that we have to the incredible onboard food experience, the culinary experience, butler service for all guests. There's no shortage, but again, the difference is in the detail, and we exceed the guest expectations. So our service level is top-notch, so we go above and beyond to wow our guests.
And what can I expect once I'm on board? What is the experience going to look like for me? What are the rooms like?
Incredible. So the design of our ships, we've got some of the largest suites on the European fleet. We've got our balcony suites at a touch of a button, creates your own private balcony experience. So nice natural airflow there. All of our guests have butler service, so they'll take care of every need that you want and look after you, down to the correct, you'll have a pillow menu, so you can choose the firmness of your own pillow.
Menu.
All of our, so we've got
to my heart.
We've got a wide range of dining venues, so from fine dining to a relaxed cafe setting to if you want to dine in the own privacy of your own suite. It's all included with Scenic.
So this is probably a dangerous question for me to ask because we're getting close to lunch and I can feel my stomach gurgling, but can you tell me about some of the luxury experiences that you extend to the food and wine aboard the ship? Absolutely.
So with Scenic, you have a choice of up to 5 dining venues. So we've got our main restaurant, the crystal dining room that you can enjoy, all regional dishes, our chefs, local produce as well. So a great dining experience that way, but we also have fine dining experiences. There's a cafe in the lounge that you can get some gelato or a light snack, or they'll pack you a picnic lunch to take out when you're heading ashore if you want. But you've also got that choice of in-suite dining. So there's also your in-suite minibar. So all of that's included with Scenic. So a wide range of choices, all included, of course.
And if you could look back on your experiences on these river cruises, what has your favorite meal been?
Well, what I love about it is they're regional. So when you're sailing through the different countries, it's all regional cuisine, and also with the wine pairing. So it's also regional wines as we're sailing through these countries. So it's a wonderful experience. There's certainly no bad meal, of course, but it's all the regional dishes of the countries that you're sailing through, which is another perk of the experience.
So I can tell you can't choose just one meal because you love them all.
I do.
I do.
As long as I'm not cooking, it's wonderful.
So for the day excursions and being able to go ashore, tell me about these excursions. What are they like? What will I experience?
Well, with Scenic, you have a wide range of choices. So that's another Scenic difference with us. So we have our included Scenic free choice excursions, and they're a variety of paces. So from moderate to a relaxed pace. So depending on the guest choice, they can customize their journey to their preferences that way. So we have a wide range of those at every port, but we also have some extra special experiences. As you can see here in one of the pictures, this is one of our Scenic and Rich experiences. These are take our guests to the heart of the destinations that we travel to. So they're exclusive to Scenic guests. So in the photo here, this wonderful grandiose ballroom, just for our Scenic guests. Closed door to the public, but they're all included. But they're extra special, kind of once in a lifetime memorable experiences that we treat our guests to.
So can you expand on the Scenic and Rich program? When I like to travel like a local and experience with a local's experience. So what are tell me more about the Scenic and Rich program.
Yeah, so depending on the river that you're sailing on, so for instance, that was a picture in Vienna. So we go to the Palais Liechtenstein, this grandiose ballroom, for a wonderful classical concert and ballet performances. In France, we'll take you to a wonderful chateau. So lots of different experiences, and then there's at least one of these included on every Scenic river cruise.
Amazing. What are some of your top destinations? So what are some of the places where your tourists are really excited to visit through your cruises?
Yeah, so throughout Europe, we sail all the rivers through continental Europe. So you can sail the Rhine, Main, Danube, as well as the Moselle. So you could sail from the English Channel all the way down to the Black Sea. So lots of itineraries throughout that of varying lengths. But we also sail in 3 regions in France. So you can sail to the north on the Seine. So you can go up to the Normandy region there. That's quite a popular destination, as well the south of France, as well as the Bordeaux. So we sail on 3 rivers in France, but also in Portugal on the Douro River. So wonderful terraced vineyards on the Douro as well. So lots of great choices to choose from, depending on your traveling preferences.
And what is your favorite?
So I love the south of France myself. Just lots of wine, the regional wines, but the architecture, the food, wonderful experience there.
That's been on my bucket list, the south of France. Paris is my favorite place in the world, but I haven't yet made it to the south of France. So I feel like a river cruise might be the way to do it.
Absolutely. And with Scenic, we've custom designed our ships. So on our ships on the south of France, as well as in the Bordeaux region, we have built a cooking class on board. So Scenic Culinaire. So it's one of our free choice excursions that guests can choose from throughout their cruise. But guests will go shop with our chef on shore at a local market. They come back on board and there'll be a cooking demonstration. So it's a small group of 10 guests, but that's something unique that Scenic offers in the south of France.
So we've touched on the small group sizes in terms of the cruise and the excursions. So how are some other ways that Scenic is keeping guests safe in this new normal of travel?
Yeah, absolutely. So of course the health and safety of our guests and crew is our top priority. So we're working closely with Cruise Lines International Association, as well as the local government health organizations, just to obviously stay on top of all of the regulations as well. So some of the measures that we've put in place, all of our guests need to be vaccinated to sail with us. We've got smaller group sizes as well for our excursions. There's temperature checks done as guests come back on board. We've got a hand sanitizer stations on board. Masks are required. Our crew will wear masks throughout the entire ship, and our guests will be wearing masks as well, which of course they'll take off during dining. But we've definitely got all those measures so that our guests can, be at peace of mind and travel safely. We're also providing complimentary PCR testing at disembarkation for our guests as well, so there's no fee for that.
And as a travel company, did you find you had to pivot or change any of the locations you were visiting now that we're post-pandemic, hopefully post-pandemic?
Yeah, so we've just recently restarted our operations. So we've started sailing on the same rivers, but we've just reduced the frequency of the departures. But because the rivers have those same disembarkation points, we're still sailing on those rivers, but just gradually restarting.
And who do you recommend go on these cruises? Is this a romantic trip with my husband? Is this a trip for a family, for children? Who is your ultimate cruise passenger? Our
average guest, age of guest is 65 plus. A lot of like-minded travelers that are coming from all different countries as well. We have wide range of guests that travel with us. Not really something that we have a lot of children on, but absolutely, it's just a wonderful way to travel through Europe. When you're unpacking once on your floating boutique hotel, just the perfect way to visit Europe.
Am I terrible for saying that no children and the average age of 65 is actually what makes that most attractive to me? You'll definitely see me as a cruise passenger.
It's just not something that children, the activities aren't geared towards children. Not to say that we don't have some on board that sometimes, but definitely very few.
Yes, and so a lot of our speakers today have been talking about book ahead, book ahead, book ahead. So can you speak a little bit to the value of booking ahead? Am I going to get any great deals if I book ahead? And how far in advance should I be booking a river cruise? And this is coming as someone who used to book international trips 2 days before I would leave. So the world is different.
It sure is. And river cruising is different. Right. Our ships, maximum of 163 guests. Yes. So they do sell quickly. So again, we definitely recommend planning in advance so that you can get that suite, your stateroom choice that you want, and the departure date that you want, and the river that you want. So you definitely want to plan ahead. So we are booking 2022 and 2023 cruises right now. Lots of great offers out there, including our early bird offers that include a flight offer. So depending on your itinerary, departure date, we've got fly free, so your flight's included, or a fly for $295, $395, or $495. So great, makes it a seamless trip for our guests. We've also got an added super early bird offer, so an additional 10% saving when you pay in full 1 year prior to departure. So we've got all of those offers, as well as our departures for April and May of 2022, an additional $400 per couple savings. So lots of great offers here. So definitely now's the time to book. We're including our Book with Confidence assurances as well for our guests right now, including our complimentary deposit protection plan. So definitely now is the time to book. And for everyone watching today, we've got an extra special offer in addition to all those great offers, where you can save $250 per couple on new bookings. So that's valid for 2 weeks from today with the offer code Zoomer 2021. So when you're talking talking to your preferred travel advisor, or if you give us a call, make sure to mention that code to get that extra savings.
That's amazing. I love extra special deals, and thank you so much for offering that to our Zoomer audience. Thank you so much, Tracy, and I'm looking forward to seeing you on a river cruise one day in the near future.
Wonderful. Thank you.